How can I get my horse to run faster, and how can I overcome the fear of trying to go fast?
Fallon Taylor,
little lady with a great challenge in front of her. This is Flo.
Maybe Flo. She wins the world championship and the winner's circle for that cowgirl.
to the victory lap. Ellen Taylor will win.
She's riding a new horse, a young horse, out of her champion Flo.
She has absolutely been unstoppable.
What's up, Flomies? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about a subject that's always in my DMs, and that is how can I get my horse to run faster, and how can I overcome the fear of trying to go fast. So we feel like those things go hand in hand. I'm going to use Flowbot, who is super intimidating, who I've fallen off of in competition, who is so loud and vocal about this subject. We're going to go through all the steps of what it takes to overcome that fear and go fast. So here we go. All right, so we're in the arena and it's a very hot day. So Flowbot has a lot of pre-run anxiety, which is what we work through on all of our slow work. I've literally just stepped on him and walked to the arena, and this is how sweaty he is. So you need to make sure to look for all those markers in your horse just to know, like, what does this horse need? Well, this horse doesn't need me to rowel him up a lot. And if I preserve him more, I'm gonna get him to run harder. So a lot of people, I feel like, want to talk about not having a horse that's running hard enough. However, they're missing all the markers. One, they practice way too much at home, run after run after run. Then when you get to an event, your horse isn't fresh. Two, too much riding during the week, very slow, constantly picking on their horses to go really, really slow and be really correct, and then wondering why they're a little bit more slow and correct when you get to an event. Also, having a fear of going really fast is definitely an issue also. So having a fear of like really riding your horse forward and feeling like they're actually going to stop, which I've had to overcome that fear myself, that can be the basis of you really feel like you're pushing a horse forward, but your upper body is saying go and your lower body is saying whoa. So having mixed signals is also another really big indicator that you're not going to get enough out of your horse. The other thing is making sure that you understand what your horse was bred to do. If you've got a horse that was bred to be a pet, a trail horse, something that just doesn't have the prime pedigree to do big, huge things, one, it doesn't mean that that horse can't achieve big things. My favorite Shakespeare quote is, "Some are born great, some achieve greatness." While I know I'm riding luxury, high end, and I'm so blessed and grateful for my parents investing in my horse future, and I'm very aware that not all people have this advantage. This horse I know has the pedigree, the mom and the dad, that's going to make him a really hard runner, and I just need to refine those skills. But if I was going to go to the kill pen and buy a horse for $500, I know that that horse also has the ability to do some things, and being able to challenge that horse's ability and getting him in the right physical shape could get this horse to outrun a horse like this. It doesn't mean anything. However, if you have a horse that's got physical limitations, or you know the pedigree was meant for that horse to go at a slower pace or perform other tasks, then you're going to be working uphill against those things. So please make sure to give these animals the credit that they deserve. There's another quote that says, if you judged a fish on its ability to climb the tree, you would lose how much genius the fish has, and you wouldn't be able to recognize how amazing it could swim. And it's kind of that same thing. If you judge a Playday pony against a thoroughbred racehorse, you're always going to be disappointed when in fact you could just see how amazing that pony is for the things that it can do, how strong, durable, long-lasting, sound, that all of those ponies can be. So really important that you judge the horse a little bit based on its current ability and physical ability to do things. Another thing is we have to be in physical shape to do this sport as a rider and as an animal. Every 10 pounds is a tenth of a second. I do not advocate for people not eating. I don't advocate for any unhealthy lifestyle. That's not where I'm at. And I don't care what size anyone is. I think every single person is beautiful. And I'm very proud to say that Ranch Dressin is one of the most inclusive Western wear brands in the world on the market. I'm so proud. We go from size 00 to plus sizes 14 through 26. And I'm more than proud of that. However, I know as an athlete that every 10 pounds is a tenth of a second that my horse goes a little bit slower, or that someone like C Money, for instance, is going to have an advantage over me. So I track my macros every day for a healthy set of macros. You can find an online macro calculator. I move my body 7 days a week. Even when we're driving 10 or 12 hours a day, we do our very, very best to do a lot of physical movement so that we feel good. The main reason that we do that, one, is to make sure we're staying in tip-top shape because these horses have to carry us. Two, it's dopamine. We are people that can be very sad. We can get depressed. We can have mental health issues. You're not alone if you have those things. But the best cheap therapy that you can have is moving your body and increasing those endorphins. The minute that you do that, you're going to feel so much better. Screw what size jeans you wear. Screw what people think about you. If a guy dumps you because of how you look, you needed a better guy. But this is all about what your horse is carrying to the finish line and how you feel. So I hugely advocate for really amazing diets that work for your body type. Remember, if we all ate exactly the same, we would still all look completely different. No body is the same. So if you want your horse to go faster, make sure not only is your horse in tip-top shape, not a big pot belly, but this horse is conditioned to actually do the job, and make sure you're in as good condition as you can be to allow that horse to also do its job. So without further ado, we're going to go through the barrels, and I'm going to show you some ways that you can combat the fear of going fast. And now, a really great way to combat that fear is to go a little faster than you're used to in a straight, really nice area. Now here, we've got a racetrack around us. There's actually people about to breeze some horses around the track. And it's really important that when you want to go a little faster, you practice doing that. So it doesn't just spring up on you. If you're constantly going slow in practice and you're going to the event to go fast, you and your horse are going to have anxiety in anticipating that happening. So go a little faster. Get where it's boring to go fast. That way it doesn't feel crazy. The other thing is gaining control. I like to lope my horses to a fence, open my feet up, and ask them to just softly back with just using almost no pressure, just having my feet out, asking these horses to get somewhere. Just so I know, the more control that I have, the better I feel. See how Flowbot tosses his head a little bit? We've been working on that, and with my friend that rides him in between him being on the road, we work on him having that pressure down because that helps me to feel more in control. So that's typically my top tips for gaining more speed, having less fear, and all of the above. I'm just going to work my horse, let you watch me work him through a few times. It's going to be a little barrel racing ASMR for you. So you'll watch Flowbot. And by the way, he's really quirky. He loves to play, he loves to buck, he loves to shake his head, make you feel like he's about to go somewhere. He loves to just give us hell, so you're about to see it. Another tip, and that is doing a gradient. And what that means is like walk, trot, lope, then run to your barrel, and when you run, lope, trot, walk down. It's gonna help you so much not to feel that like dead still, stand still, stop, and then burst speed. So much easier. That's why I practice my barrel patterns: walk, trot, lope, run, lope, trot, walk on a horse like this. So everything goes up and everything comes down in a really fluid motion. As you can tell, my horse craves the run because I don't let him run a whole lot. I've taught him how to run, he's bred to do the job, and I don't aggravate him with that by a million practice runs. This is the second time he's been worked around the barrels in a month. Just to give you some reference, that's why he was kind of head shaking and that's why he's not standing still. My horse craves the ability for me to give him the permission to run as hard as he can. It's a reward, it's a treat, it's not a punishment. And I see a lot of people make a whole lot of runs in practice where the horse starts to dread the time that he's gonna have to run because he doesn't know how many times he's gonna have to do it. So please have tons and tons of respect for your animals. If you've been doing it, don't feel bad. Many of us don't have rodeo parents or rodeo families to reference. I know I didn't. So I had to learn everything the hard way by having horses that I ended up making them sour in the alley and all sorts of different things. So don't feel bad if you've been over practicing and over asking for your animal to perform. I know it's so much fun. Make sure to properly cool your horses out. And you guys, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already and ding that notification bell. As always, don't forget to count your blessings, drink your protein, and say thank you to Jesus. See you next time. Did you love this vlog but wish you could get even more training tips and horse content to apply to your training sessions? Make sure to check out thehorseboss.com. I'm excited to be your coach.